looking at the baby clarinet to help scaffold things. Again, taking my right hand here, making sure my thumb is at the 2 o'clock in the back. It's touching, tip of my thumb is touching the tip of the register. Sorry, that's always how it goes. And then I'm making sure that my index finger, the first knuckle, is laying against the A key. It is wrapped around this key as well, so you will be holding that. You just won't be pressing it down. And then I am placing my fingers along the way and covering the open holes. Now, for our first note is going to be a G. You actually don't press anything down. So while I'm checking for correct hand position, it's going to sound like this. I can play the same note. Here's with the hand position. I'm not pressing anything down. All I'm doing is hovering my hands over the keys. Remember, we're checking for the same embouchure. I'm thinking, I'm placing a cushion on the bottom of my lip and biting down on top. It has to be bitten, has to be hard, so that way it can't wiggle around. And then I'm keeping everything snug in. Here's a G of just hovering my fingers one more time. Now the next note I'm going to play is an F. Again, I'm hovering my fingers. I don't want any of these to be forward. They're still hovering, still touching things. But my F is going to be pressing down on my thumb. My thumb is going to press down. It's going to sound like this. It's been making that weird metal sound. I don't know why, but that is an F. Now I'm just showing to prove a point that it's literally just my thumb, but don't do this. This is incorrect. Correct sound, but not correct finger position. Correct hand position is going to be like this with pressing the thumb down. I'm sorry, I really don't know what that metal thing is, but it'll be fine once I put the whole clarinet together. So that is going to be an F. F is just thumb, G is open. Now we're going to add down our first finger. Our first finger is going to be an E. These other fingers are hovering. Now today in class, we saw a lot of flying fingers. You cannot let that happen because it's going to take way longer to get the fingers down. You want them hovering. This is what an E sounds like. See, I'm going to try to see how my finger's hovering over. I'm going to try to keep that closer. I'm going to do that again. And as you do this, you should be able to feel the air coming out of the open tone holes. So that is an E. The next one I'm going to play is a D. D is going to be thumb, first tone hole, second tone hole, and then my third is hovering over. This is what a D sounds like. Now something I fixed that, again, we talked about in class is the angle of my clarinet. I actually brought it a little bit closer in, but your goal is to make sure is that it's at a 45-degree angle, and I'm pushing mouthpiece to the top of my teeth. I'm going to play a D again. And because of that change, it allowed me to have a little bit of a fuller sound. So remember that if you're having trouble, try to adjust the angle of the clarinet to see if you need to be further away from you or closer to you, because that does matter. All right, the last note we're going to learn is an E. Sorry, that was a C. E was 1. D is 1 and 2. C is all 3 plus them. This is what it sounds like. Now, technically, this is not a true C because we only have half of the clarinet. This is a different note in the C area. It could be C sharp. But that right now, that is the sound you're aiming for with all 3 down. And it is the C note that you are fingering. Sounds like this again. So those are the notes that you're going for. And today we did hot cross buns, gloomy, dreamy hot cross buns on baby clarinet. And that sounds like this, starting with my E. So on your own, make sure you're practicing. Try to aim for that. We'll talk about articulation in a different video. But again, your goal is to check the hand positions and to make sure we're playing the correct notes of G open, F thumb, E1, D2, C3. We're just adding on down. All right, the next video will be about articulation, and then we'll be putting the full clarinet together.